So to say parts of Chicago have turned into a ghost town due to fears of illegal migrants being deported by ICE agents. Let's hit it.
Promises made, promises kept, with President Trump taking immediate action on his top campaign focus, fighting illegal immigration. From coast to coast, ICE agents going city to city, sometimes door to door, tracking down the nearly 1.5 million undocumented set for deportation. And as ICE closes in on migrants, once vibrant Chicago neighborhoods are now turning into ghost towns. And tonight we are taking you to a neighborhood that has gone silent.
Like I said from day one, no one's off the table.
The Trump administration setting out to execute what it has promised.
We arrested 1,300 people. Over 1,000 of them were criminals.
Immigration and customs enforcement operations reportedly underway in jurisdictions all across the nation. Federal agents have been spotted in many sanctuary cities carrying out these operations.
I hope the sanctuary cities come around.
The usually bustling and vibrant streets of this Hispanic neighborhood in Chicago sit relatively empty because of the concerns over ICE.
Welcome to Mesquite Restaurant, sir.
This little taqueria, like most in the Pilsen neighborhood, is owned and operated by immigrants. The Cruz family, who in 1994 made the long journey from Mexico City to Chicago to grow their little taco stand into a thriving restaurant.
We got tacos, we got breakfast, chilaquiles.
This American dream is one thousands of migrants are striving for when they cross the southern border. But the drastic shutdown of illegal immigration is a campaign promise the majority of American voters are expecting Donald Trump to make good on.
Honest to you, when he come back again, I was like, man, I feel scared.
President Trump, border czar Tom Homan.
Now, why would he be scared unless he doesn't have any paperwork? You understand? I mean, help me understand. If you don't have a green card, if he doesn't have a citizenship or a U.S. state ID, how does he have a business? How does he have a business and he's not legally supposed to be here? I mean, I'm just asking, why would he be scared? I don't know.
And the highest-ranking members of Immigration and Customs Enforcement say they're only targeting violent criminals during these initial deportations. News Nation has seen what these operations look like. I rode along and conducted early morning raids with ICE agents when they arrested men from Iraq and Belize, convicted criminals who spent prison time for robbery and gun charges.
So see, the Trump administration said they're going to come and get violent offenders. So why the restaurant want to be scared? Maybe you don't trust Trump, but like the lady said at the beginning of the story, promises made, promises kept. He said he was going to go after. Now, what's his name? Tom Homan said that nobody's off the table, but that's not who they're going to go after. They're going to go after the violent offenders. But if you just happen to be in the vicinity of violent offenders and you're not here legally, yeah, they're going to round you up too. So, hey, like I said before in other videos, it's like if you was an American citizen and there was someone there was a warrant out for someone's arrest, let's say for committed, taking somebody out, and you are, when they come and get them, let's say, and they with you, and you won't turn them over, or you lying about knowing where they at, or lying about they're in the house, and they come to find out they are in the house, they're in there with you, you could get arrested and charged with what they call it, harboring a fugitive. Same thing. So if you ain't doing nothing wrong, I mean, yeah, they can come and kick your door in, or pull you over, run your tags, all that kind of stuff, thinking you fit the description or whatever. But you just stay calm and cool. If you get out of hand, get you a lawyer. And you know what I'm saying? You just hope that the system works. It don't always work, but you got a better chance of it working that way than you doing something you ain't got no business.
I'm not a criminal. I'm a good guy. I pay my taxes. I do everything right. You know what's going to happen to me? They're going to grab me too. They're not going to check right now.
It seems like they're doing a lot of editing in this story. because what he says doesn't make sense. He's saying that what they're gonna do, they're gonna grab me because they're not gonna check. What they gonna check? They're not gonna check to see if you are legal or illegal. Yes, they will if you got your paperwork. If you got your paperwork, you got your card, you got your freedom papers. Yeah, they can check it. You just give it to him. So I'm saying, wondering like, does he not have? He speak pretty good English, so he's been here for a grip. Because I've seen people who've been here and they still don't speak a lick of English. But if you got something that shows that you have the right or the privilege or the opportunity to be here, you should have nothing to worry about. So they keep doing, just show it to them and go about your business. It's kind of like somebody getting pulled over and saying they're not going to show my ID. Trying to protest. What was that? I'm gonna do a story on that. Some silly. Write this down. Silly politician didn't want to show her ID, trying to prove something. Like, man, shut up.
Seen examples of resistance throughout Hispanic neighborhoods, including these signs instructing immigrant men and women to push back and block federal agents from entering their homes. But the reality is, new polling shows 65% of Americans strongly support deporting immigrants convicted of violent crimes.
See, they say violent crime. It's almost like they're trying to put together a story. And that's the problem with the news that I have. They try to put together a story that don't match. This says they strongly favor deporting violent offenders, not just anybody who's here. Because, you got some people who may have. What did Hillary Clinton say? She said, you commit a crime, you need to be deported, no questions asked. This is back when she was running back in the day. But if you ain't committed a crime and you're here, you're working, trying to do right, okay. What you're going to do since you came illegally, you got to pay a fine, right? That's what she said. You got to pay a fine. You know what I'm saying? Get ready to take, pay your back taxes that you ain't paid and get in line like everybody else. Don't see nothing wrong with that. But they're trying to put all this stuff, trying to make a gumbo in the store with oil and water, and it don't mix.
That includes Horatio Aguilera, an Iraq war veteran and Mexican-American police officer. He voted for Trump and wants mass deportations of criminals to carry on as quickly as possible.
A lot of Hispanic Americans, there was also a rise that voted for Trump. I think 9 out of 10 people that are living here in America, Chicago, Illinois, are going to agree that if you're an illegal resident and you are arrested for committing a crime, prosecuted for committing a crime, and you are an illegal resident, you are subject to deportation.
The so-called mass deportations have not been carried out in Chicago like people once believed. But that hasn't stopped local and state leaders from sounding the alarm and strengthening local codes.
Y'all need to realize, too, see that guy that was just there, this guy right here, he said that probably 9 out of 10 citizens in Chicago want violent criminals deported. And you would think, oh, this dude's a Mexican American. He done sold out his people. Man, stop that. Because I know people in the black community who don't want to be around the criminals in the black community. I know white people who don't want to be around criminals in the white community. And he's no different with his own people. People, what they say, all skin folk ain't kin folk. So I don't like when people try to say a person is solely because, hey man, we look just alike. We might look alike, but we don't act alike. You do things that I can't agree with. You know what I'm saying? So if you commit a crime, you do something wrong, you need to pay the punishment.
Crime and you are an illegal resident, you are subject to
So he in his right to say this.
The so-called mass deportations have not been carried out in Chicago like people once believed. But that hasn't stopped local and state leaders from sounding the alarm and strengthening local codes which reinforce the city's sanctuary status.
We should stand up for them. That is the right thing to do.
The criminals?
But he's trying to tear things down.
Dude, the president, the election is over with. Man, just go on and go play. Because I remember there was a time when you and Chicken Hawk wasn't even getting along. Like, I remember, matter of fact, it was a time when you threw Chicken Hawk under the bus and left him out without a life jacket there not too long ago. Now all of a sudden y'all standing side by side talking about Trump is scaring convicted felons or felons or criminals. Come on.
Governor, what's your response to people who might say that Democrats are the one sowing chaos, confusion, and fear-mongering when talking about mass deportations that haven't even happened in Chicago?
What are you talking about? They are literally threatening people all across the country.
Yes. Say we're coming after criminals. Say, sit your Fred Flintstone looking.
How can you say that we're overreacting somehow? We're not.
The Trump administration is vowing to investigate and prosecute local and state officials who stand in the way of what the federal government is doing.
I hope so, man. But anyway, so Chicago, parts of Chicago like a ghost town. You know what that means? Folk, here's one or two things. Well, first come, first serve. That means land is either up or going to be up for grabs. You know the folk gonna do it. They're gonna go there, see what the property value, see what they can get out of it, buy it up, soup it up, and build it up, raise the property values, and get the rest of the people who can't afford to stay there, get them up out of there. So, brothers and sisters, if you got the money, you got the means to get in there and get some of that property, start you a business, you better go on and do it. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below, share it with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those four things cost you nothing but maybe a couple of minutes out your day, but it means the world to us here. If you would like to support financially, you can get super thanks, super chat, super stickers, and you can go to the description box. The links down there that you can click on to help support the channel that way. And don't forget to hit that shop button. We've got great products I know you will love. And with that being said, I'll leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.